Hey, back with another dish. This is a Nigerian dish this time. Jollof rice with lots of flavor, lots of good stuff in it. It's Nigerian, so you can always expect something good to come out of there in terms of flavor and spice. Everything you're gonna see here is not based on a recipe. It's based off of years of experience of eating this in my own house. My mom taught me how to make this, and by golly, I love her for this. And it's just a labor of love. So as you can see, chopped all my peppers, chopped my onions, chopped some garlic as well, added tomato paste inside of the oil, fried that first, stirred it about with all my stuff. Make sure it gives you an aroma after you're cooking it. I think that's the important part here to understand. Flavor that as well. Feel free to taste it. I think this is one of the few things that you can taste when you're cooking. It's very important to understand what you're looking for. So one of the criteria for making this dish is probably just tasting it first. Ask someone, hey, how does this taste? What does it taste like? Get an idea of that. Recipes for this, they don't really exist. I can create a recipe for it. I understand that most people are looking for a recipe when they watch this kind of thing, but as a visual learner, guess what? This is the best way to do it. You can make this to scale. Just keep in mind that your sauce is acting as one of those cups of water if you're making 1.5 cups like I did here. So this time I started off with 2 cups of water. I added a little bit more later on as I stirred it, making sure it didn't burn. Topped it off with something else I like to call mixed peas, carrots and peas. Those are frozen peas. Everything I used here was most of all leftover. So that carrot and pea combination, it was something that I do just because that was the way I was taught. Next thing I did was I brined chicken for about 8 hours, then brought it out, dried it off, and seasoned it with garlic salt, adding that onto my grill. I'm gonna cook this at about 350 till I get an internal temperature of about 165. And I watched it ever so often. I was working still, so I kind of kept an eye on it. I have that little thermometer inside of it, checking my internal temperatures. Then I also watched my textures on the outside to see if it was browning. I didn't want it to burn, so my goal was to get a brown texture, good flavor, nice white insides that is just juicy. And guess what? I think we got that. I think we got that and then some with this. The rice turned out perfectly. It puffed up just right. The seasonings, the flavor was there, salt, all that. I tasted it as I went along, and you know what? It came out exactly like I wanted it to. This is the kind of rice I would give back to my mom and say, hey, this is what I made. Please taste it. I'm proud of this, because I think it would make you proud. It's based off of your recipe or your instructions over the years. And I just, I want to dedicate this video to my mom, because guess what? She's the one who showed me this process year over year, time over time. It was a quick recipe that we had Wednesdays right before church. We would have this meal, and you know what? It made a difference and an impact on my cooking career. So this one's for you, Mom. It tasted great. I might show up with the plate later on. I might not. This tasted so good I might not finish all of it, but you know what? I love sharing food. Please like, share, and subscribe.